Do you want to play games on Linux Mint without broken save files, performance issues, or random bugs? In this video, I'll show you the best and safest way to install Steam on Linux Mint and why you should avoid the Flatpak version. Linux Mint is known for its stability and simplicity, making it a great choice for everyday use. But when it comes to gaming, the way you install Steam actually matters more than you might think. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the correct installation method and explain how to avoid common mistakes that many Linux Mint users run into. The first step is to open Software Manager, which is the default application manager in Linux Mint. To do this, go to Menu, located in the bottom left corner of the screen. The Linux Mint menu is very intuitive and organizes applications by category, making it easy to find what you're looking for. Once the menu is open, look for Software Manager and click on it. Software Manager is basically a graphical interface that helps you install, update, and manage applications without using the terminal. At the top, there is a search bar that allows you to quickly find any application you want without having to browse through long lists. In this bar, type Steam. The application will appear with its name, a short description, and a distinctive icon. Click on the Steam application to open its dedicated page in Software Manager. Here you will find more useful information: the full program description, file size, screenshots, and reviews from other users. In recent versions of Linux Mint, such as 22.3, the application manager shows only one option to install Steam, the system package. This is a clear difference compared to older versions like Linux Mint 21.3, where searching for Steam displayed two options: the system package and the Flatpak version. For clarity, Flatpak is an application distribution system that provides sandboxed versions of apps, meaning they are isolated from the rest of the system. The advantage is that you can get the newest version of an application, but the downside is that it can cause compatibility or performance issues. In Linux Mint, the term system package refers to any software package that is installed and managed by the operating system through the distribution's package manager. Essentially, it is software recommended and managed by Linux Mint to maintain the system's stability and security. If you click on the three horizontal lines at the top of the software manager and then go into Preferences, you will notice an important detail. Linux Mint no longer shows unverified Flatpak applications. This decision is made for security reasons. Essentially, when a Flatpak is unverified, it means that there is no guarantee that the application was published on FlatHub by the official developer, in the case of Steam, by Valve. Because of this, the Flatpak version of Steam does not appear by default in the software manager specifically to protect you. The Linux Mint team explains the reasoning clearly. Unverified Flatpaks represent a huge security risk. They are not officially approved by the developer of the application and could be maintained by anyone. To avoid potential malware, it is strongly recommended not to use unverified Flatpaks. If you manually enable the option to show unverified Flatpaks and search for Steam, you will see the Flatpak version available for download. Linux Mint and FlatHub do not recommend using this version because you cannot be certain that it actually comes from Valve and is safe. In conclusion, the reason Linux Mint does not show Steam as a Flatpak by default is not a limitation, but a security measure to prevent accidentally installing unverified or potentially unsafe applications. That's why it's recommended to install applications using the system package whenever that option is available. I recommend using the system package unless you specifically need the very latest version and the system package hasn't been updated yet. In my case, the only software I use as a Flatpak is OBS Studio because I want to always have the newest version for video recording. On the other hand, using Steam as a Flatpak caused me several major issues that significantly affected my experience. First of all, games didn't save their progress, which made it practically impossible to continue playing after closing them. This problem is extremely frustrating, especially for games that require a lot of time investment, since all progress was lost every time. Additionally, I couldn't create desktop shortcuts for games, which made quick access more difficult. The lack of shortcuts greatly reduces convenience, especially for users who prefer launching games directly from the desktop without opening the main application first. On top of these inconveniences, overall performance was unstable. Games experienced sudden frame rate drops, longer loading times, and occasional unexpected freezes. These issues seem to be caused by how Flatpak handles permissions and application isolation, sandboxing, which can create incompatibilities with certain games or graphics drivers. For these reasons, the Flatpak version of Steam proved to be impractical in my case, while the classic version installed directly from the system repositories was much more stable and reliable. After you find the Steam application in the list of available programs, click the Install button. At that point, Software Manager will automatically start downloading the required package and handle the entire installation process without any further action from you. Everything happens in the background in an intuitive and safe way, making this method ideal for beginners. If you prefer using the terminal, often a faster and more efficient option, you can install Steam very easily. Open the terminal using the Ctrl+Alt+T keyboard shortcut or by launching it from the panel. It's always recommended to run sudo apt update before installing new software to avoid potential errors and to make sure you're installing the most recent available versions. Once it's open, enter the following command: sudo apt install Steam. This command downloads and installs the Steam application along with all required dependencies. After the installation is complete, the next step is to open Steam to begin the initial account setup and start downloading your games. You can access Steam from the main menu by following Menu, Games, Steam. Once you find the application, left-click the Steam icon to launch it. On the first launch, Steam will display a dialog showing the default location where its files will be installed. This location is predefined and cannot be changed during the installation process. The default path is optimized for the operating system and does not require any additional configuration. Simply review the information and continue by clicking the Install button. After confirmation, Steam will automatically begin downloading the latest files and updates required for the platform to function properly. This process may take a few minutes, depending on your internet connection speed and your computer's performance. It's important to wait for the updates to finish and not close the application or shut down the system during this time, as interrupting the process can lead to errors or require restarting the download. Once the update process has completed successfully, you can move on to the next step, logging into your Steam account. When the application opens, Steam will ask you to enter your username or the email address associated with your account, along with your password. Make sure the information is correct to avoid authentication errors. If you have two-factor authentication enabled, Steam will ask for an additional verification step to secure your account. You'll receive a temporary code either via email or through the SteamGuard authentication app on your phone. Enter this code in the designated field to complete the login process and gain full access to your account. Once logged in, you'll reach the main Steam interface, where your game library and the store are displayed in a clear and intuitive way. The design and functionality are straightforward, making it easy to navigate on Linux Mint. You have access to all the main platform features. You can buy games, download and install them, manage updates, and launch them directly from Steam without any additional configuration. As you've seen, installing Steam on Linux Mint is a simple and accessible process, whether you choose the graphical method via Software Manager or the classic terminal approach. By using the system package, you get a more stable experience, better performance, and fewer headaches, especially when it comes to save files, shortcuts, and game compatibility. Essentially, Linux Mint gives you everything you need to game without feeling like you're making compromises compared to Windows. Now you have Steam installed, your account set up, and you're ready to download your favorite games and start gaming on Linux. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Linux Mint content. Let me know in the comments what games you're running on Linux Mint, or if you ran into any issues during installation. I'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.